First off, we have the bee. Now, the bee, what uses does it really have? Good, bad, nay, do I say? Well, other than its few crafting recipes, it isn't really that good. Yes, it can pollinate your flowers, but other than that, I'll put it at a D tier. Doesn't really deserve to be any higher than that. Next up is bats. I don't really have to explain this one. It doesn't do anything, doesn't drop anything. It's an F tier. Blazes. Now, do I like blazes? Well, they're very important to the game, but their attacks are very annoying and I don't find myself enjoying to play with them. A solid C tier. Next up is the cat. Well, cat purely is a pet, so I would say it's along with the blaze at an average C tier. Next we have the cave spider. Does the cave spider take any real skill to kill? Skill to kill, that's a funny thing. But no, it doesn't. I'm going to drop that with the B just because it doesn't really make any sense. These guys are kind of annoying, just like the normal spider, but they do poison. Next is a chicken. Well, one of the first Minecraft mobs, I would say it's good. It can give you very good food. Feathers, overall pretty round, pretty average mob. When I think chicken, this is what I think of. Next is the fish. I've been playing a world recently and I've been eating a lot of fish in the world, kind of making it there. I think it's very good D tier. It's not as good as chicken. Actually, you know what? I rethink that. C tier because it drops bones and they're relatively easy to kill. Cows, I gotta put also C tier. You know, very basic. Creepers, I'm gonna put that at a D tier because they are annoying. Okay. Dolphins, I'm gonna say B tier because when I'm in the ocean and I need help swimming, this is what I go. This is where I go to. They are very helpful in making you swim faster. Donkeys. I barely ever use donkeys. They're not terrible as a bat, but I just don't use them E tier. Drowns. I hate these guys. They drop a lot of stuff. They can drop tridents. That's why I'm not putting it in F tier, but they're still very annoying. They're going in E tier. Guardian. It's a mini boss. You know, everyone knows it. Everyone kind of loves it. I'm putting it in D tier because personally, it drops one guaranteed item being a wet sponge. But other than that, it's not really useful. I don't strive to kill these things in every world. The Ender Dragon. I'm gonna plop this right here along with a dolphin because honestly, yes, it's the last mob to kill, but think about how you actually attack the dragon. The dragon, I feel like most of the game isn't even focused on you. I feel like it's mostly flying around and trying to get from stuff from the crystals. And I know that's a balancing combat sort of thing, but other than that, I think it's a B tier. Enderman, I think they're really cool looking, but I think they're pretty average. They're also annoying to fight. Uh, I'm gonna put Endermite in F tier because honestly, Endermites kind of suck balls. Evokers, I'm gonna put that up at B tier because they have a really good drop. Totems, I love them. Fox is kind of a useless mob, but they're fun to have around. I'm gonna plop that in E tier. Okay, we got the normal Guardian. Now, Guardian farms are actually really good. I've never built one before, but I wouldn't say they're as bad as it. I'm gonna put it a little ahead and drop it right there in D tier. It's a little better than these two. The horse. It's actually a very important mob that can save you a ton of stamina, and honestly, I would say it goes in A tier. Husk, it's just a reskinned zombie down here with the drowned. Iron golems, now they're helpful, but half the time their life is spent trying to kill you. And other than that, it's pretty bad mob. Actually, I'm gonna raise this up one more because you can make iron farm from these guys, and it turns out that it's a really good source of iron. Llamas F tier, I hate them. They came out in an update. I forget which update they came out in, but they came out in an update and they were the huge thing in the update, but they're not really that good. No one uses them. Magma cubes are annoying just like slimes. Talking about the slime, let's put it right there. They're just overall annoying mobs. I don't like to work with them. Mushroom. I actually love these things. The design is very cool, even though they very hard to find. But I'm mostly ranking here because of their biome. Oh, I see this guy. This guy's going in F tier. Do I even have to explain this dude? No, I don't have to explain. He's in F tier. Everyone knows that dude. Mule. Is this a mule? Yes, this is a mule. It's kind of average. It's a breed between a donkey and a horse. I don't really use them. Ocelot, these things got nerfed when Mojang changed Ocelots into cats. So now they're two different mobs, and I really don't have a use for this thing. So actually, this thing's in F tier. Pandas, they're also annoying. Don't really have a use for them. Parrots, they're a pet. They're cool, but I wouldn't really have them around. Pigs, they also go over here with the rest of those mobs because they're a food source at the end of the day. You don't really do that much with them. Actually, I'm going to put pig one higher because you can saddle them, and I have some good memories with that. Pufferfish, kind of useless mob. Bunny, I love buns, but they're kind of useless. They were going to have a use with the bundles, but you know how that went. Next is the Pillager. I actually like these guys. They can be annoying, but I think they're better. Polar bears, kind of useless mob. Ravagers. This is a nice mini boss. I'm gonna put it up here with the Iron Golem because I really like them in Pillager Rage. I think they bring a lot to the table. Salmon. I'm gonna put this where the cod is because I feel like they're equal. Fish. I'm gonna put that in the C tier. Just pretty average mob. Same with the cow. But I mean, the sheep is you can do a lot of things. You can dye its wool, but personally, when I look at the sheep, I just think it's a meh tier. Shulkers, I'm gonna have to put that in S tier because S tier is, of course, shulker boxes. I love shulker boxes. I haven't used them in a while, but they're still very good. I can understand like why. Silverfishes, I like the mechanics of them being able to go on blocks, but personally, at the end of the day, it's still like a kind of a useless, annoying mob just to fight. It's going in E tier. Skeleton horses. Now these guys are a personal favorite. They're not always that fast and they're not always that good, but I love their character design. They're going in B tier. Skeleton. These guys are annoying as fuck to fight. It's going in D tier. I like the skin. For the snowman, they're cool, but their snowballs don't do enough damage for them to be actually good. It's going down here in a E tier. Spider, you can get a bunch of drops from them, but it's just, one of the mobs from Minecraft. I don't really think that much about it. It's going in D tier. Okay, next, squid. I actually like the squids, and in Bedrock Edition they have the baby variant of them. But at the end of the day, it's just a mid tier. It's an E. It's an E tier. Stray. Now, what do I think about the Stray? Stray is a more annoying skeleton, so it should definitely be lower, but you can get slowness arrows, so I mean, it's a pretty higher E tier. Wandering Trader llamas, they're just as bad as llamas, but even worse because of the trader. Talking about them, he's going there because he gives bad trades. Tropical fish. Now, I barely use these things, but I know you can eat them? Can you eat them? I have no idea. But they are another variant of fish, just not as good as those other ones. Turtles. I like turtles. You can make the hats with them, but like at the end of the day, they're kind of pointless mob. Like I like the turtle shells and stuff, but that's about where that thing's going. These things are annoying to fight. They're a cool mob, but they are really annoying to fight. It's going a high E tier. Villagers. These guys very important to any world. Any world you need these guys. They can give you free diamond stuff up there along with shulkers. These dudes. Also, I would say going up by the Pillager. Maybe a little ahead of these guys. Maybe this one as well. Because this is a very well damage dealer, I think. And it mixes very well with the rest of the Pillagers. Which goes over here mainly because it's in the raid with them. But I like that it's the only mob in the game that can actually use potions. Were the skeletons. Now, these things are very annoying, even more annoying than the Enderman. I'm saying they're going in D tier, but you can get skulls from them. I'm saying going in there. I'm going to move the B back because it's the bottom of D tier. Wither, it's a boss. I love to fight it, and it is much stronger in Bedrock Edition. So I would say going in A. Wolf, come on, it's a doggo. We all love them. Zombie Pigman. Got removed from the game, but always a nostalgic place in my heart. It's going in B tier. Zombie Villager, you can cure these guys, get better trades. I barely do that though. I know you come at me in the comments, but it's just an average C tier. Zombies. Now, zombies, good, bad, nay, say. It's the original. It's not a reskin, so it's definitely going above all the other reskins. I would say it's just average, a little below average to be honest. They're just too easy to kill. Don't have a really good mechanic. They can pick up items though, so for that it's going at the top of D tier. Ghasts, they're annoying. I understand that they drop stuff for potions, but at the end of the day, they piss me off and make a bunch of holes in the nether. These things. Now these I'm actually putting ahead of the pig because those drop more meat and they're very good to kill. These things, the zombified version, I think is a little down here in E tier just because I don't really like it that much. Like, it doesn't do really anything. Kind of just a reskin. Piglin, now these things I recognize. They're good for trading. Uh, Straters, the unofficial obsidian boat of Minecraft. They're okay. I don't really see myself using them because you could just make a bridge which you would use later in time. So it's kind of a meh average tier. What is this? This is a brute, right? This is a brute. These guys, they're okay. I'm gonna put in average tier. It's definitely better than the other mobs in that it's much stronger and it takes a little more skill to kill, but at the end of the day, that's what I think of. Now we come to the Axolotl. Is the Axolotl cool? Yes, no. It's okay. It's a caves and cliffs mob, but it's not really that interesting. I'm sorry. You know what? It's going at the top of E tier because that's what I think about it. Going at the top of E tier. Glow squid, another thing that barely has any uses. Another cave and cliffs mob that I don't really like. Now the goats. What would I say about goats? I barely come across these things. Like, barely ever. And when I do, I like don't touch them. I don't really care about the goat horn either. Even though I'm pretty sure it's not in the game. But yeah, I might have to check up on that. It's going in F tier. As of right now, there's no use for it. What is this? Frog. Let's see. These 1.19 mobs haven't come out yet, and it's too early to judge, but I think frogs are cool, and I like their animation. I definitely say they're more of a personal favorite. I'm putting this in A tier. Warden. I'm going to put this in S tier because Mojang took a very different approach with this mob and made you not want to fight it versus actually fighting it, and it gave it multiple attacks. Now you tell me, which of these mobs actually has multiple attacks? Maybe you could say the dragon, but other than that, I don't think any mob really has multiple attacks. I think it's pretty cool. The LA, and okay, here we come to the LA. Well, it's not a bad mob, but I think because it's a mob vote mob, it's it's I think that's gonna just be an average, to be honest. Like, you actually have to have items in the area for it to pick up, and if you don't, it has literally no use. But I could see you bringing it down into the mine with you and kind of doing stuff with it that way. So yeah. If you guys want to make your own tier list, please make your own. Post them in the comments. Send them to me. Here's my final list. Tell me how you guys did. If I should replace any of these guys. I think I did pretty well. Most reskin variants are lesser than their actual, but other than that, I think this is a pretty good tier list. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you later.